Hello. Hello, everyone. Just waiting until the live goes complete. Here we go. And we have some audio. That's a good sign. Okay. Don't want to do too long of a one. But just noticing some things here this morning. Didn't sleep worth a crap last night. Woke up at like 2:22 and there's like 7 2s on my clock radio, like the temperatures. Outside temperature 22 or outside temperature 2, inside 22. 222 is the time, and then November 29th had a 2 in it too. It was just like, holy crap, there's some 2s, and that means some new things are coming. So what's the false matrix? If you've been fully immersed in everything that's going on, in the fear, in all the control, in all this kind of stuff, you've had a system that's been progressively trying to take our rights away, using fear, control, and then coercing other people into fear and control to enforce something that's not even enforceable. How's the best way to describe that? So basically, we're buying into a bunch of control stuff that's outside human rights. It's outside what we agreed to, at least in my country. Our federal government is where it holds all our human rights, but they're changing everything at our provincial government levels, and making it somehow in this mangled up way, arm's length legal, when it's not, like using our provincial health authorities and other things to take away rights. This false matrix has basically just taken a lie and then rubbed it up a bunch against a bunch of actual truths and laws and other things, and made something that's inverted. It's like, it's not permissible, it's not real, it's not good, etc. But there's nobody to fight it, because we're all buried in it. So the false matrix we're seeing all the time. I don't know how many times you see people come into your life and they have like little temper tantrums about their fear or other things, and then they want to make you responsible for it because you're being in integrity and you're the only one that's standing up to things. But they want to fight it. They want to do it in this indirect way. I can't find the person that's causing this to me, so I'm going to take anybody that's got integrity or shining a light or whatever and try and smash them and make them responsible. Today it was so crazy. I had this person that's been wanting to do lives with me that I've allowed to do a live with me in the past, but they treated me very poorly. They didn't show up on time. They complained about a bunch of shit, and I stood up and I said, no, we're not doing this anymore. This just doesn't feel good to me. And then at one point we had a discussion and they explained their reasoning and all this kind of stuff, which kind of felt hollow to me, but it looked realistic. And then so finally they asked, can we start a live again a couple days ago? And I kind of, something fell off. So I said, yes. And then they didn't respond for a day and a half. And I said it would be a trial. And then they just came unhinged on me again for, I guess we can. Oh, what's a trial mean? This is awful. I explained myself and I'm just like, holy frick, there's this darkness, this density that's in people that just lashes out at people that are shining light all the time. And you're probably feeling it. You're at the grocery store and somebody's angry at you, or in traffic, and the matrix is breaking down and they have nothing to hold on to. The darkness that's in the density of people's traumas. And they're not even consciously aware of this stuff. This darkness just comes in through their family or through past traumas, and they've got this angry little child inside. And as long as that angry little child is inside, they just look and lash out. They don't want to have integrity, but they want to be around people that have integrity so they can kind of go up and bump into it once in a while and feel good about themselves. But at the same time, the darkness is underneath, and it's just trying to hack and slash and make everybody bad and all this stuff so they can get an energy hit because they're dying. This false matrix is imploding. So a lot of really weird shit is coming out of a lot of people. And it happened from some other people that I love this morning, and same weird projection shit that's not mine, but is some level of this trauma underneath, just trying to poke at me and trying to get my ire. And I don't want to participate anymore. The false matrix was corrupt and putrid, and it's pulling on anybody that's light. And if you're a light worker or having a lot of struggles right now, running out of money, house problems, all this kind of stuff, it's the fucking darkness, the stuff underneath the matrix that inverted everything. And it's just trying to tear you limb from limb because you don't deserve it. You're the thing that's destroying their world. And they had this perfect little place full of dankness and unhappiness. And now you're stirring the pot. You're making them be seen. And that's us. That's the false matrix imploding. It's like shining light into a really dark darkness, and then finding out there's a bunch of snakes and worms and other things, or some huddled little scared little boy or girl. And you're shining light on them. You're cleaning them off. You're showing them some truth. You're showing them love. And a lot of times you get projection back. And it's okay. Just to understand that the only way to get through it is to shine light into this and clean that up. And some of that light and the shadow that you're going through and the lessons that you're going through is you learning to respect yourself, learning to love yourself by rubbing up against all these dark things and these things that are trying to tear at you and making it so that they can never tear at you again. That's the false matrix. It's just constantly just wrapping you with muck, trying to get you small, trying to get you low vibration so that it can feed and it can continue to be malevolent and continue to be an insolent little child. So we, by standing up to this, and I'm not saying fight it or don't give them any charge or energy. In my case, I just explained back, I said, I can't respect the person that's not respecting me. And I've spent, this is the third time and 3 strikes were out where I've had to explain myself, why this didn't feel good, why you're projecting on me. And it's not all, some people would say, oh, well, that's an inner reflection of yourself. No. I was nothing but loving and got an unloving responsibility. Sometimes the result is for you to stand up for yourself, for you to say no more and to give no avenue and get that shit out of your life. And I was so gentle and I was so loving and whatever. And I've seen it happen more and more lately where they don't want to listen. They don't want to take responsibility for their actions. They don't want to have integrity for themselves. So why would I ever let that person in my life? And that's what we're doing. We're weeding our garden. We're clearing that up. We're getting the false matrix. We're getting all the narcissism and the gaslighting and all the flipping of things. The false matrix inverts everything so that this feels like love, but it's not actually love. It's actually eating you and hurting you. We're changing by being ourselves. And we're seeing some weird ass effects and people coming out of the blue, unhinged and other stuff. Don't accept it. Price of admission, we had this live here a couple of weeks ago. Price of admission is respect and integrity. And if you can't follow through with respecting me, when I give you respect, I don't get it automatically. I give it first. And then when it's not returned, I start to question. And then I make a statement, say, okay, that doesn't feel very, very respectful. And sometimes it's like, I don't want you to see that or whatever. That's their way of showing that they really don't believe you. And they're literally lying to you with every word. I don't trust you. I don't believe you inside. So they're kind of having this little petty pity party inside with their child saying, I can't give you that because you don't deserve it or whatever, because you haven't deserved me. But they've got it all twisted up and they don't even understand what it is anymore. They just want somebody to go lay wide open and give to them. So what comes after the false matrix is an uninverting of everything, a switching back to truth, a switching back to integrity, respect, of following through with things, of seeing, seeing clearly. And that's ascension. That's the new place. That's the new love. That's the new way that it's all going to be. And it starts here. and we're holding light for it. We're holding space for it. We're not allowing the old to continue by calling it out and being direct and not feeding it. And then that new magical place begins. And it's beginning for me now. And it's beginning for a lot of us now, because the old matrix is dying. It's the last gasps happened over this weekend, and we're free. So watch for some crazy shit to come up. Take a breath, step away from it. Don't even respond. It'll be far easier. So I'm trying to keep this short. If there's questions, put them in the bottom. Otherwise, I love you. I thank you for listening, and you have a very great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.